Oh, tired. Oh, I'm knackered, but I'm absolutely loving the cycling at the moment. It's so much nicer than running. Just for someone who weighs 100 kilos or close to 100 kilos, running is just not the one. So cycling is that nice in between where it's cardio and I'm working hard, but it's not putting the pressure on my joints that running does. So loving that at the moment. I'm trying to do that at least once a week. Just try and do around about 10k cycle because I can just about do that within the hour that I'm allowed to exercise outdoors. However, I'm probably not going to be able to do that in the foreseeable future because apparently the weather forecast says it's going to be raining for the next 2 weeks at least, which obviously puts my training in jeopardy as well. So it means I'm going to have to push ahead and order the gazebo, which I said I was going to get in a few videos back when I was pricing up my home gym. So I found this one. Well, I didn't find it, my mate Jason actually found it for me, which is £34 and it's actually got sides on it as well, so that's perfect for what I need. The only issue is trying to work out if I can secure it where I'm going to be training, which is sort of in that corner in my garden. So I'm probably going to get that. However, I have also received an Instagram message saying that someone in Bristol, who's a good friend of mine, their mum might be able to lend me one. So that's pretty cool as well. So I'm just waiting to hear back from them before I actually buy this. But if that's a no-go, then it looks like this £34 one is going to be my gazebo. So I have some updates on Project Gazebo, aka Project Get Yourself a Gazebo, otherwise your bald head's going to get wet. And that is that I'm potentially picking one up today from my friend's mum. I'm just hoping it's going to fit in my car. Presumably they do fold down and I'm not just going to have to drive home with a big old gazebo on my car. And then when I get back, I'm going to try and secure it. Hopefully it will secure into the ground and then hopefully we'll be set for the next couple of weeks while it's pissing down with rain.
Yeah, not too bad. Just getting by. Alright, back home, let's build this thing.
Time's always right, so shake until the morning.
So, it's a miserable day today, but at least this appears to be doing a job. It's not blowing away. Where I'm actually going to be deadlifting, just around here, is completely dry. So it's obviously working. It just means it's pretty grim conditions to train in, but at least I can train.
So ideally, I want to try and get this training session done within an hour or just over an hour. Normally my training sessions last sort of between 2 to 2.5 hours. That is with warm-ups and everything. So I'm going to warm up indoors just because it's crap outside. I don't really have any space to do it without getting completely drenched. So yeah, quick warm-up and then hopefully just blast through deadlifts. Got a little bit of bench as well, but we'll see if we can get it all done within an hour.
So it seems fairly typical that I have my best deadlift session when it's pissing down with rain. That is literally the best deadlifts I've felt while I've been in the garden gym. So I just did 180 for 5, 190 for 5 and then 200 for 5, and that 200 compared to 200 that I did last week was just chalk and cheese. But I think it's down to having a refeed, the fact that I've been able to replenish my glycogen stores, I suppose, has definitely boosted my energy this week. So yeah, it's a good confidence booster. I definitely recommend if you're on a diet and you are starting to feel the effects of it, just having a little refeed. It doesn't mean you have to go over your calories, but it's just enough to give you a little bit of extra energy. It's definitely helped from a psychological point of view because that felt amazing. But I need to move on to bench now and then a little bit of accessory work, so not really looking forward to that, but we'll get it done. Finally, I've had a good gym session in the garden gym, and I've already touched on one of the reasons why that is the fact that I have had more calories in the last couple of days, so I've had more energy, but I genuinely put it down to a little bit of the atmosphere as well. So I touched on this in a previous video about being in the sunshine and then not really wanting to train because I'd much rather just chill out, and I associate my garden with just being peaceful. The fact that I didn't have the sun
and I didn't have that association of chilling out in the garden. I had to just crack on and train, and I think that really benefited me. And I also had the added worry about the gazebo falling down, the wind, the rain, all that sort of stuff. So I think overall, the change in atmosphere, the fact that I couldn't just sunbathe, I had to train, really helped me out. Quite depressing really, isn't it? The fact that I have to be in miserable surroundings to train properly. But anyway, let's quickly talk about the gazebo and whether I would recommend it. 100% yes. If you've got a garden gym and the weather is not looking great at the moment, I would 100% recommend getting a gazebo, especially if it's 3 meters by 3 meters. It's more than enough space to just not get your area where you're going to be training wet. Unless you want to train in the rain, that's completely fine, but obviously the weights that I've got are being lent to me by another gym, and I don't really want to get them wet and then rusty and that sort of thing, so it's not really an option for me. But you can get gazebos for sort of 35 quid. That's like the sort of cheaper end of it, and if you are just using it to train in your garden, I would 100% say go for it. It's a worthy investment. I mean, they got to like 150 quid and even like 500 quid, but unless you're just going to be using it, but if you're just going to be using it to train with, then I would just go on the cheaper side of things. So I reckon I'm around about the 12-13 minute mark of this video, which is generally where I like to wrap up the videos, but I just want to finish by saying the Good Grief Facebook page, which I mentioned in the previous video, is now live, and it'll be the first link in the description as always. And if you want to join, or if you know anyone that you think would find it useful, then click the link. There is very limited information on there at the moment, but I'm working to find relevant articles and that sort of thing to put on there, which I think people will find useful. If you want to interact with people, introduce yourself, that's great, but if you don't want to and you just want to read through some articles and find something that might be quite useful, then that's absolutely fine as well. But everyone is welcome. If you want to just click the link down below, and like I say, if you know anyone that you think would find it useful, then please let them know about it. But yeah, that is the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, please leave it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.